Hi guys, I just want to make another video about the trades that we had today. I start with CNTF. They had a good news and pre-market. As you can see, the stock started to gap up from 184 to $4. And show you this. And it gapped up. Uh, I think it was way ahead of itself because it started to coming back down, and I took a position here and I alerted in the chat. I I think it was around 415 or something, and as I said, my price target was high fours, and it went to 490, and then after that it crashed all the way to 3. The reason I took this trade uh, was usually these gaps, people have started to take profit. Those who hold the stock for a long time, they see this opportunity and they immediately sell. And other people who see this, they say it's way up, they are not buying at this price, that's why the stock comes down. But when I saw it created higher lows, and it was around this round number 4, I assumed usually these stocks, other people, when they see this, they start to buy at this whole round number, and usually this spike before market open or at the market open, you see um, some activities and people are all excited and they want to get in. So I took position here, went up, then it crashed. I was thinking maybe it touches this 370. Let me go back to daily chart, last 2-3 years. I thought 3 370 360 would be the uh, support, but it didn't hold this support and it crashed all the supports till 3. As you can see, 3 was very strong multi-year support. But anyway, I tried to buy it somewhere here for the bounce, but it didn't work. I got out, and it didn't give me any other setup to play. The other one was BBOX. I bought it yesterday around here. I think 216 was my entry, and I was expecting this to break this 240, which yesterday tried, but as I said in the video lesson last night, usually this stock, it's very hard for them to break this multi-months multi-months sub resistance in their first attempt. So as you can see, yesterday it tried, today it kind of tried, but it couldn't break. I got out of my position when I saw this big red candle to 15. I think I already sold a little bit here at the open in when the market opened. But I was holding the rest. But when I saw this crash, I got out. I got scared. But late day, uh, it basically, and after the open around 10:30, it bounced. But late day, it gave me another opportunity to play it because I saw it hold the support and bounced and created this base here. I got in again, I think at 225, and it closed at 230. We will see tomorrow if it can break that 240 and goes to the next level to fight at 260. So that was the second one. And IZEA, IZEA, that was the stock of the day. Uh, they had a good news and it gapped up, started to fade and hold this 150 and it started to bounce. Uh, all day it didn't do anything. If I uh, close this, you see it opened at 160, bounced a little bit, uh, started to test the high of the day. It was around 170, 170ish. I alerted in the chat. I said IZEA is going to start its late day um, run up. I didn't want to chase it. I didn't play it. I was busy and I didn't want to watch it all the way to 4 o'clock. So then suddenly I saw 1 million shares traded at 1 minute, and it went from 180 to 230 in just 1 minute. And I was watching this and I told people I don't want to chase it. It went all the way to 250. Then it started to kind of flagging and then it crashed, and in this bounce it couldn't go to the same level. uh, the bounce was kind of not successful. Then it crashed all the way to 2. That was the time when I was watching this. I already told people I'm not gonna play this, but when I saw it came to 2, which was the morning uh, high and kind of midday intraday high, and it bounced at 2, and then it tried again to test 2 level. So at this point I was watching this closely and I was thinking if it crashes this 1 million shares candle, which was 180, if it crashed that, it definitely goes all the way to the place that it was a day before, which was 95 cents. Because when 1 million shares cannot hold the stock up, everybody wants to get out. So 180 was the level. But when I saw it came to $2, which was a good round number, and morning high and intraday high, so then it bounced, and in the second test, it holds the support, started to immediately go higher. I took a position at 250, no, 220 or 225, and I hadn't had have a chance to alert it in the chat room. But after I took this position, it went up, and in the after hour, it went to 274. When the market closed, it started to ramp up to 277. I think it was around here I came back to uh, chat room and I told people, sorry, I took this position. I haven't had a chance to alert. But um, in this video, I just wanted to explain for you why I took this long position. Then I didn't sell at 270. That was a mistake. I have to admit that. I saw it started to come back to 240, 250. And I was thinking it can hold this support at 250. Anyway, long story short, I made a mistake. It came back. It went all the way to 215, but eventually, because it didn't hit my stop, my stop was around two. I said 210, but now I'm seeing two. Basically, two was the main stop. So anyway, it bounced from 218 and it closed at 240. Tomorrow, probably I would sell in the pre-market spike or the gap up above 270, hopefully. Or at worst case scenario, I would just get out, break even, or take a small loss if it gaps down. Um, that was not a safe trade for those who are in the three safe trade channel, but I just wanted to explain my trade for you. Maybe you learn something. The other thing I wanted to talk about tonight was um, a trick that I use to not get emotional during the trades. I think that would be helpful to you. The trick is I deleted the dollar gain and unrealized dollar gain or loss in my account, basically in my balance position window, because when I see the amount of money that goes high and down, ups and down, um, I just get emotional because I see it's actual money, and it just confuses me and it affects my trading. Usually, I just trade based on the percentage. I know how much money I'm making or losing just by simple calculating. But the main reason is I don't want to get emotional when I see $100, $1,000 goes up and down, and it just makes me nervous or makes me excited to take the profit soon, or cut losses late or whatever. So I just trade based on the percentage. I usually, for example, here when I wanted to take position at 220, 225, I was thinking, okay, I missed my perfect entry at close to 2. So when I'm going to the trade at 225, I the clear support for me is 2, and I have 25 cents risk. So then I think, okay, I have 25 cents risk. If this can just test the 250, I have 25 cents upside. But above to 250 means that it's still a good trade because your reward is higher than your risk. But in order to basically take a position based on the percentage of your account, I don't want to risk more than 2.5% of my main principal, my whole account. No matter what, for example, if you have a $10,000 account or $100,000 account, if you go all in, you shouldn't risk more than 2.5% of your account. So now you have to um, basically calculate if you take a position that is, let's say, it's 20% of your account, or it's 50% of your account, you still have to manage your risk in order to not risk more than 2.5% of your whole account. So uh, I wanted to make another video lesson about how to manage your risk and why you have to know these numbers and trade based on the percentage of your gain and loss instead of the actual amount of money. But just for the sake of this video, I just want to show you a spreadsheet about uh, loss and return. Maybe you heard that, or if you don't know this, uh, I think this would be a good information for you. Um, when you lose percentage of your loss, um, works geometrically against you. By that, say, I mean, um, that means when you, for example, have $1,000 account and you lose 5% of that, now you have 950. So if you just want to get break even to your previous balance, which was 1000, from that 950 you have to make 5.3%, because now you are trading with $950. So if you lose 10% of your account, you have $900. And if you just want to go back to that 1000, you need to make a trade that gives you 11%. You lost 10%, but you have to make 11% to go back to break even. If you lose 15%, you have to make 17% to go back to break even. And as you can see, 20% is 25, 30% it's 42%, 50% of your account. When you lose 50% of your account, you have $500, and you need to make trades that gives you 100% gain to just go break even. So by that say, uh, if you see this, 10% is your maximum percentage loss that you can tolerate. After that, as you can see, it's not mathematically, it's not a logical decision. It's just not worth it. So, for that reason, when I have percentage gain or percentage loss in my balance, when I see I'm reaching, usually I cut losses at 8%, no matter what. It's something between 5% and 10%. Um, Basically, it means if you lose 8% of your account, you just need to make another trade that gives you 8% and you go back to break even. But more than that, I don't even ask a question. After, when I see a trade uh, goes against me and I just lost 8%, I, immediately I sell my position. So, for uh, for more explanation of this logic and this trading trick, I make another video lesson. But for now, you just consider this as a scientific and logical, mathematical fact that you you shouldn't take losses more than 8% or 10%. 10% is maximum. I mean, uh, you shouldn't even see that minus 10% in your balance or your account or your position, whatever. So, based on this mathematical concept, I manage my position size and the percentage of my whole account to go to a trade. And I see, for example, my uh, risk and my entry. I calculate that, and after a while, it becomes kind of natural. When you see such a setup, you say, okay, this is my risk. I have 25 cents risk, and if it goes higher, that would be my goal and my reward. If you think it goes 2 times of your risk, it's a good trade, but you have to know what position you take based on this risk. If I was a little bit I would say smarter and faster, when I saw this bounce at 2 and I analyzed it quickly and I wanted to take a trade, imagine at 2.8 instead of 2.25. Here, because my position, because my risk was 8 cents, uh, then I had to calculate my position and take a bigger position. But when I went, my entry was higher. I calculated my risk based on my position and I took a smaller position. So uh, that was this, and I make another video lesson about this and I explain it in a comprehensive way uh, for everybody to understand. But for now, I just want to give you a hint and make this video for tonight. So subscribe to the channel. If you are not part of Daily Stock Money chat room, It's free. It's 100% free. We have a couple of good traders who are putting alerts, momentum trades, and swing trades, whatever. Um, they are willing to help other traders as well. So join our chat room, and if you have any question, let me know. And see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.